I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should.
Hello, this is Bob.
And this is Jean. Welcome to this trip through our family photographs and history. I was born Emma Jean Louise Grill in 1919 in a very small town, Hubbardston, Michigan. When I was still quite young, we moved to Lansing, Michigan, where I grew up. I have one sister. Her name is Virginia. She's a year and 4 months older than I am. When I was growing up, I always wanted to be a teacher. I spent hours and hours pretending I was a teacher. The things I enjoyed most in growing up were the summers we spent at Torch Lake. My family had a cottage there. A cousin of mine traced my mother's family tree back to the Mayflower. My mother and her twin sister go back through all the generations to two families who came over on the Mayflower. My mother's name was Adonette Birch and, of course, Grill, after she was married. She was a teacher, and then she was principal of the grade school on the campus of the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. My father was Ernest G. Grill, and he lived all his life in Hubbardston, Michigan. His father had a hardware store. When he was older, he was a salesman, and later on, he was a contractor.
Oh, but you're lovely, with your smile so warm, and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you.
I was born Robert Hugo Wente in 1916. My birthplace was Cincinnati, Ohio, and I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. I have one sister, and her name is Jane. She is 2 years younger than I am. She's spent most of her life in Florida. She now lives in Tallahassee. I went to school in Cincinnati at Walnut Hills High School, and then I went to the University of Miami in Florida. I like to play golf, and I've played a lot of golf in my life. I've had 7 hole-in-ones so far. My mother's name was Gertrude, and she was a homemaker and a stay-at-home mother. My mother drove a car back in those days, and all my friends used to say they saw her going around corners on 2 wheels. I don't know whether she really did or not. My father's name was Adam Oscar Wente. He was a chemist, and he studied for several years in Germany. He was only 42 when he died. The doctor came over and he took me in the living room and put me on his knee, I remember that, and told me that my father was on a long trip. When I first met Mom, it was at Wright Aeronautical, and I noticed quite a nice-looking girl across the aisle from me.
I always thought that he liked my roommate Doe better than me, but actually, as it worked out, he liked me better. So I was glad.
That was good.
Until very, very recently, I have never missed a year of my life without going to Torch Lake. Since I've been a year old, I've been going to Torch Lake. So that's why it's in your blood. That's why it's in your blood.
Did you see our cottage? That cottage was a regular lot, I built the cottage on it. And then when the girls and everybody got grown up, nobody wanted to go up there. They all wanted to be down here with their friends. And so I sold it for $32,000. The guy that bought it tore down my cottage and built a big estate house on it. And he sold that house for $598,000.
It's a heartbreak. Yep.
Yeah. So I didn't do too good there.
While the children were quite young, we had a lovely trip to Cuba with our good friends Betty and Elmer Burnett. That was before Fidel Castro took over. Then in 1965 we had a trip to Hawaii with the Burnetts again. And that's where I caught the fish.
Big waffle.
In September 1985 we traveled on the QE2 to England with my sister Jen and her husband Red, on to France, Switzerland, Austria, Germany, and Italy. In 1991, we took a Southern Caribbean cruise with Steve and Leanne on the Canard Countess. Again in December 93, we took a Panama Canal cruise on the Canard Dynasty.
Sandy was the first of our children to be married to Dick Pugh.
Susie
was second, and she married
Susie was married to Cody Schweikel.
Cody Schweikel. Steve
Was the
third,
to be married.
wanted to be married, and he was married to Leanne.
The next to be married were David and Janet. Anne was married to Al Clark in Orlando, Florida. We have been blessed with many grandchildren. Rich and Mike belong to Sandy. Jennifer belongs to Steve and Leanne. Adrian belongs to Susie. Janet and David have Alex, Adam, and Aaron. Annie has Brent.
Surely be ours, and that would be alright. Oh, yes, it would.
See, our whole family got together on Bob's 70th birthday in our backyard at 7415 2nd Avenue. My sister's family all came, and Bob's sister Jane Fairchild and her son Dan also came.
Years from now, will you still be sending me a
Then in 1993 came our 50th anniversary, and the whole family flew to Cancun, Mexico for a wonderful week on Bob.
Would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed
Bob's
me?
80th birthday in 1996 was celebrated with a party at Kenosha Country Club.
You'll be all the time.
In In 1997, to celebrate Bob's 80th birthday, the whole family took a Western Caribbean trip on the Costa Romanica. Such wonderful memories.
I could be handy mending a fuse when your lights have gone. You can knit a sweater by the fireside. Sunday mornings go for a ride, doing a garden dig.
In 1999, my 80th birthday was also celebrated by the family at Kenosha Country Club.
Feed me, will you still feed me when I'm 64? Every summer we can rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight if it's not too dear. We shall scream and sing.
You know, I've had a pretty good life. I've been busy working all the time. But I did retire when I was 63. That's 22 years ago. And I still feel pretty good.
Send me a postcard, drop me a line, stating point of view. Indicate precisely.
We've been very, very fortunate in our relationship, and we've always been able to trust each other completely, which is so important.
Mine forevermore. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Ooh.
Besides being in love with each other, we are each other's best friends, always.
Yep, we are.
Best friend. I always think of Dad as my best friend.
We don't always get along, but we get along 98% of the time.
You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart.
I feel like this is the beginning. Though I've loved you for a million years, and if I thought our love
As of this recording, we have two beautiful great-granddaughters, Gracelyn and Gwenna Pugh.
You are the sunshine of my life. Yeah. That's why I'll always stay around. Yeah, yeah. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you stay in my heart.
Well, I guess that's it, Bob.
Yep, I think so.
We hope you've enjoyed this walk through our photographs and our family. We surely enjoyed creating them.
That's right, we started it all.
Yes, we did. Well, thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
How could so much love be inside of you? Oh, you are the sunshine of my life.
That's enough of my background. After all, my ancestors came over in the Mayflower. Poor things.
When the night has come,
That's what I said. Yeah.
and the moon
Good.
light will see.
Close enough.
Oh, heck.
Okay.
Be